Hello. All right. Good morning, everyone. We'll get started. So I think the way we'll do it, I don't think we have a quorum. or we-
Just had a quorum.
Oh, we do now. Okay, great.
Morning.
Welcome. That's perfect.
Oh, really? So Tiffany will help you. She has a new badge for you. I think we're going to start, if you can put the agenda up, please.
So we'll start the meeting. We do have a quorum, so we can, good morning. No, I just got here myself. Thank you. So we'll follow through with opening today's TAC agenda with any public comments on the agenda items.
Can you please put the agenda up?
Yes, give me a second, we're just downloading one of the.
Okay, so no comments on the agenda from the public. Are there any conflict of interest declarations from the members present? No? All right, seeing none. So we'll get into section 2 where there's actions required. So we can, is that the last previous?
Second tab.
Yeah, well, that's the previous TAC meeting agenda. So the item 1 is to approve the March 12th TAC agenda. It's posted,
Somebody read it?
and we have seen it. Thanks. So that's it, the one that's posted. That's what we're, so that's our first action item, and get back in the swing of things, is to approve the March 12, 2025 meeting minutes.
We approve the minutes.
Okay.
Second.
Yeah, okay, so all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried, the minutes approved from last meeting, thank you. The next item is an election of new chair and vice chair. So is there any comment from the members on that item?
I think we need to keep the same chair, so I nominate Dwayne as chair.
Second.
Where's our fourth? Where's
I think
our,
it's on the, Philip is on the.
okay. Any comments, Philip? You're on mute if you have any.
Yeah, no comments here. I agree with keeping everything the same.
Okay, so that, so there's a motion, a second, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I
Okay, so that's for both the chair and the vice chair?
Yes.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. Item 3, well, it says approved agenda. Is that a duplicate?
No, that's for the
No,
current
there's a
agenda.
current
Oh,
agenda.
for the current agenda. Okay. I don't remember doing that before, but
I'm sorry, I have an item I want to
please.
refer back to. We need someone as an alternate for the Sales Tax Oversight Committee. I'm the only representative from TAC on that. Do we have an alternate? I don't think we do.
I thought I was originally the alternate.
Okay, so you're still the
So
alternate.
I could continue to be, but since you've been present, I haven't.
Yeah, no,
done it.
I just wanted to, I wasn't sure who was.
Yeah.
But you, okay,
It's
never
myself.
mind then.
Yeah,
All right, good, thank you.
happy to continue. Okay, sure.
So I'll
Thank
let you know if I can't make the meeting.
Yeah, absolutely, yep. All right, that's good, we got that covered. So item 3, approve the agenda. Who's going to cover this one?
I move that we approve the current agenda.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Philip? I believe Philip approved remotely. Okay, so let's move into the informational section, starting with the student Summer 2025 Student Device Refresh. And that will be Kara?
Over here.
Oh, thank you, Kara. Please
Hi,
take
good
over.
morning.
Morning.
So in March, your last meeting, I gave an overview of the device refresh project, which is a multi-year project. But I wanted to come back during this meeting and just give you a recap over our summer of 2025, and what we faced and what we accomplished. So I don't have the. Okay. So the first couple of slides are a repeat from what you saw in March. I don't intend to go over the entire project with you again. I did that in March, but just to kind of refresh your memory that this is the overview of the project, that we are refreshing all of the student devices K through 12, so Chromebooks as well as CTE laptops. And here's kind of the highlights of the project. And the next slide is the timeline. There you go. Okay. And this is also a slide that you saw in March. We have completed phase 1, and that is the recap that I want to give you on the following slides. And we are now moving into phase 2. So this is really the meat of what I wanted to share with you today. This is what our summer looked like. In scope, we replaced all the Chromebooks for all high school students as well as all alternative school students, and we replaced all the CTE, career and technical education laptops with classroom sets of laptops for all high school and middle school courses that require a Windows laptop. So typically, that's a course that requires an Adobe product or a AutoCAD type product. Those are typically the courses that a Chromebook doesn't work real well for. So that was in scope, as well as picking up all of the existing devices that we were swapping out for new devices. So the purchase volume, you can see the numbers down there. This is what we purchased from around April to July. So it was quite a large volume for all the high schools and alternative schools and the CTE laptops. So with a project like this and getting this all done before school starts, there's always some challenges and as well as our successes. So just want to go through a couple of those things. On the successes side, we felt that our vendor communication and coordination was really well done on both our side as well as their side. We had some really good vendors to work with. There was 5 vendors that we worked with, 2 on the laptop side, 2 on the Chromebook side, and then we had a delivery and pickup vendor that we used as well to help us with the logistics of getting devices in where they needed to be or picked up. So that worked out really well. The principal and school staff responses as well was, I think, a success. We were communicating a lot with the high school principals and asking them to accommodate us when it came to delivery and pickup of devices. We know we're off on Fridays in the summer, but we had to use some of those Fridays as well as I think we even used one Saturday to get the Chromebooks in place before our August 11th start of school. And then lastly, the old equipment triage. We employed 10 summer interns as well as several temps. And then we had our field support team. There are full-time employees. With that group of people, we were able to successfully triage almost 55,000 devices that we picked up from the high schools and triage them into 3 types, either that they were viable for continued use, or they needed repair, or they were going to be e-wasted. And so next is just a couple of photos of one of our intern group and one of a bunch of Chromebooks. We had Chromebooks everywhere in the McKesson warehouse, as you can imagine. And then our challenges, again, with a project of this size with a lot of moving parts, there always is some challenges. We did have a supply chain issue with we had protective covers on each of our Chromebooks this time, and the cover manufacturing in China had difficulties. They were not able to deliver on their promised dates. So that caused some of the high schools, not too many, just a handful of high schools, to receive their Chromebooks before the before the protective covers. For what our hope was, and what we did for probably 90% of the schools affected this summer, is to have them delivered with the covers already on. The packaging of the Chromebook is removed, and the cover is already on. It's enrolled in our Google environment. It's got etching, it's got asset tagging, all of that kind of stuff is already done at the vendor. So when you get it at the school, it's ready to just open and use. We were able to do all of that, except for a couple of schools, we had to ship the covers a little bit later. Those schools really stepped up, though, and the ones that were affected said, oh, I just brought in my ROTC kids, and they set up an area, and they put the covers on. Another one had their band kids come in and do it. So it was,
Yeah,
it was,
excuse me,
worked out well.
Kara, I think there's a hand online. Can we
course.
entertain a question?
Gloria Branch, school board member. I just wanted to say the cases are very nice. I noticed it on my daughter's computer.
Great, thank you for saying that.
Very, very sturdy.
Yep, they are sturdy, yep. We're hoping that reduces our break fix costs as well.
Yes, yes.
Another challenge was our CTE laptop orders. We did learn kind of in the middle of the project that we needed to order additional laptops. About 1,400 laptops were ordered in July, so of course, the July purchase orders reached the vendors as quickly as we could, but that did mean that some of those CTE laptops did not arrive until after the August 11th first day of school. So we did the best we could there. Our vendors really stepped up and again, delivered on Saturdays and however, whatever we could do to get them at the schools as quickly as possible. And then lastly, there were a handful of principals, not too many, that had some challenges transitioning to classroom sets of laptops instead of individual laptops, one-to-one to students. Every student got a Chromebook instead of some CTE students getting a laptop. And then when they would go to a class that required a laptop, they would have a classroom set to choose from. So that was our challenges. And lastly, just wanted to say where we are moving next. We did an RFQ for our elementary school deployment of Chromebooks. The RFQ this time was only Chromebooks, so that did simplify things a little bit. We didn't have to deal with laptops this time. The RFQ went out to vendors, and they actually got the quotes yesterday. At 2 p.m. was the deadline, so now our purchasing department is going through those quotes, and hopefully we'll have a selected vendor by tomorrow, I'm hoping, Friday at the latest. And then as soon as we have that, we're going to be submitting the requisitions for the elementary schools, and then, of course, coordinating with the awarded vendors and planning the execution of that. I think that's it. Any questions?
No further questions. Thank you, Kara.
Sure.
Appreciate it. All right, the next item is the board docs replacement update. That's also Kara.
That's also
Thank
me.
you.
So this one is very quick because I did talk to you about the board docs replacement in March as well. And so I didn't repeat any of those slides. The board docs product that you use to run your TAC meetings is facing an end of life in June of 2026. So the advisory committees, as well as the school board, as well as our board policies, all of that will need to transition to the new product called Diligent Community. So we have started a project, and I gave you some details of that and some screenshots of that in March, and you can go back and take a look at that if you want to. But we did start the project, and we purchased the subscription. We went through the project initiation and kickoff, requirements gathering, and now we are in the middle of the building our instance and the workflow behind the instance, as well as the migration of all of the data from Board Docs and Board Docs LT into Diligent Community. As soon as that is done, we'll go into UAT and training. The big training is going to be really for the school board members. I think a lot of the advisory committees will do it anyway the advisory committees want, so you can tell us what you want. I am doing a in-person training, and it's not really training, it's just kind of showing them how it works. But for one of the advisory committees coming up, I think in October, the Academic Advisory Committee, I know Heather's financial committee, she said she just wants a handout. So however each advisory committee wants to do that training is certainly, we can make it work either way. The board members were hoping to do the training in December, early December, hopefully. They have a reorganization at the school board for new chair, new vice chair coming up in November. and they don't want to do anything until that's done. So hopefully we'll get that going in December. And that's it. Our board policies and everything will be moving over to the new product
I had a quick question. What is the tool, the selected tool?
called Diligent Community. It's
Okay.
the same vendor, and it's just their next generation
Oh,
of
I
product.
see.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I see. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
sure, no problem.
Any further questions? Oh, thank you, appreciate it. All right, Mr. Chris Prasad, IT summer internship?
Yeah, so we usually do a annual summer internship program within the IT division. This year it was very successful. I've brought Melanie Haspel with me. She ran the vast majority of this project for us this summer, so I'll hand it off to her to go through the slides.
Sorry about that. All right, thank you, Chris, and good morning, everyone.
Morning.
As Chris mentioned, we have an IT internship program that we have yearly. This year, we ran from June 22nd through August 7th. All right, so our internship, the business need, our internship provides students with hands-on training and real-world experiences, but it also provides us with a workforce that we need to complete critical summer projects and help us meet our deadlines. It also brings us, interns bring us fresh energy every year, every summer that we look forward to, having around, and they definitely keep us on our toes, so, and fresh perspectives from our students, so. It is a 6-week program. With 1 week, we have, our interns have off for the 4th of July holiday, but it's 6 weeks of working in our building here and over at McKesson. And this year, we had 32 interns all throughout the different areas of IT security, the project management office, infrastructure and system support, technical operations, and enterprise applications. Our interns were mostly Palm Beach High School incoming juniors and seniors, but we did have a couple of graduates who had attended district schools. We had a few recipients, Johnson Scholars, from the Johnson Scholarship Foundation, which is an organization that supports economically disadvantaged students. We had hundreds of candidates apply. We had to apply online via our website, and then selected applicants went through a formal interview process, until they landed the job, so. All right, so what was done? Honestly, a lot was done this summer. We kept our interns very busy in all our departments. Not only were they getting our, hands-on experience and real-life experiences every day, but they had projects that they were working on. In addition to that, we had lunch and learns. We had 3 lunch and learns this summer, which was a great opportunity for interns to meet our vendors and network with our key IT professionals. So, the next few slides, I'll just go through each area in IT, just to give you an idea of what was done specifically in each department, starting with IT security. Their interns gain hands-on experience with a wide range of cybersecurity tools and technologies. They used Nmap for networking, scanning, and configured Kali Linux on a new machine. They participated in workshops that IT security had for their interns, and they explored real-world scenarios such as setting up and analyzing ransomware. Then on the IT technical operations side, they gained in-depth exposure to the daily operations procedures. They shadowed field technicians daily. They received hands-on training in device diagnostic and repair. And they also worked on that project that Kara spoke about, the refresh. That was a huge project that they worked on this summer. And they were able to use the skills that they learned directly with that project. And then IT infrastructure, building support, those interns, they worked on setting up computer labs at district schools. They went to to schools to work with the principals there when they had some IT issues. They learned to troubleshoot with a team member. They collaborated with the educational technology team for the Teacher Fest event that was during the first, I think it was like first week of planning for teachers, and they helped out with Teachella. So about 9 of our interns were, they went out to the schools, they helped set up the classrooms, make sure that the technology was working. And then for Teacher Fest, we had about 9 of our interns out there kind of spread out through the school so that if there were any issues, the presenter just had to pop out their head and relay that to our interns who had walkies, and then we communicated with them throughout the event to make sure everything went well. And we also had our interns help with the implementation of the Starlink here at FHESC, and the last project was the emergency phones at schools. Our interns went out with a team member, and they checked to make sure the emergency phones were working, the phone lines were working, and they were also labeled with the phone number for that school and the school dispatch, school police number. Then for our network services side, their interns learned to repair Ethernet cable and install Keystone jacks into wall plates. They did some minor troubleshooting of network equipment and phones. They did minor programming of networking switch and UPSs. They helped to install the access points, UPS switches, and patch cables at the new schools, Winbrook and Saddleview Elementary. They did some warehouse cleanup and organization, and they also were there for the Teacher Fest and Teachella to provide support. And for the server and storage team, their interns learned about the physical installations of rack servers. They gained hands-on experience installing a data center level UPS unit. They configured and installed network switches, and they added physical devices in the district's monitoring tools. And then at the IT enterprise applications, they gained hands-on experience with AutoCAD to correct and update facility floor drawings. They uploaded and managed floor drawings with Tririga for enterprise use. They learned how AutoCAD integrates with Tririga and supports real-world business needs, and they contributed to data that will be integrated into mobile applications, like our service request app. Some other things they worked on, they assisted with the application development using latest programming platforms. They worked on designing and developing the remote work application log, and they attended daily stand-up meetings and participated in team application problem-solving sessions and code reviews. And then over at the project management office, they learned all about the role of the IT project management office, the project management basics, planning, scheduling, risk management, communication, and teamwork. They learned about the methods and life cycles, tools and templates, and they also had a project that they worked on where the interns themselves led the IT PMO SharePoint to Google Site migration. So and that involved reviewing and organizing content by project phase. They removed outdated and duplicate materials. They built a user-friendly site accessible across departments. And then finally, their work provided the foundation for a central hub of IT PMO resources that will be completed and launched by the department. So here are some of our main events that we had. I mentioned before we had 3 lunch and learns. We had Juniper come in, Worldwide Technology and Extreme Networks. We provided lunch, and they provided their time for our interns. We had an Adobe Express training that was led by Ed Tech. That was really great for our interns. They learned all about the platform that they had access to and how they use all the different AI things that they had in the Adobe Express platform that they can use like for their resumes. They learned how they can revamp their resumes. And a couple of other things that they use that you'll see in the slide coming up. And we had our mentoring, a mentoring in a minute event, which is an intern favorite. On the right, you'll see a poster that one of our interns designed, just to thank our sponsors for this year. So you're about to see a video with just a few of our interns. So they put together this video during the Adobe Express training. They had a few questions to answer about the internship. Keep in mind, this was, I think, the end of week 2, so they just had a couple of weeks under their belt, but you'll be able to see what they had to say.
Yeah, we could skip. They had some good things to say. It was just positive feedback about some things they've learned, so. No sound. We can go to the next slide. It's okay, though.
I mean, it looks like it was real extensive and the exposure they got, so it looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so what you see here are just a couple of pictures from our Lunch and Learn. The first one was Juniper. They learned all about firewalls, and then we had Worldwide Technology and Dell come in. The picture you see there is their tech rally truck. So interns had a really good time, and mentors too, going through and looking at the latest technology that they had there and just playing with all the gadgets that they had there. Here was Dane from Extreme Networks. He closed the internship up with that Lunch and Learn, and then we had Mentoring in a Minute event. So that is getting feedback from our interns. That's one of their favorites because they get to meet a lot of our mentors from different areas. This year we had 13 mentors sign up, and each mentor has a table they can sit with up to about 3. We keep it small group, about 3 interns, and they switch and they get to ask as many questions as they want to our mentors. So they really do enjoy that. And here are some interns at work taking their skills that they've learned and putting them into practice. And the project impact, our interns had a very positive and direct impact to our departments. They were able to take the skills that our mentors had taught them and put them into practice with their daily tasks and also projects that they were in charge of. It also provided an essential cost-effective support for our large-scale projects. We had the workforce to get these projects done throughout the summer and meet our deadlines. And it also launched potential careers for many interns. I know that we hired 4 of our interns from this summer, so they stayed on with us as temporary positions. We've also had interns reach out to our mentors as well. There was one from last year, Tim from he's at the University of Miami, and he let us know that he had gotten a part-time position in their IT department, and he's like, well, I was doing the same exact thing that I did over the summer, so it's really good always hearing from them as well. And these are our interns this summer that we hired. We have Lindsay, Benjamin, Diego, and Jacob. So at this time, I don't know if directors or Deepak, if you have anything to add.
I think it went fantastic, basically. This is like almost like 14th year we are doing this. And every time I see it better than before. So great job, you managed very well. Our interns were happy, and I got a great feedback, so good job. I'm looking forward for the next one.
Anything further? No, thank you. Okay. We are at 4.4, the SIS Parent Portal Update by Michael Callahan. Thanks.
Thanks, and I'm going to have Michelle Morris, the lead PM for that project, lead the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. We will review the Parent Portal SIS Gateway project and what we are doing as of right now. So the Parent Portal is a strategic initiative under the Superintendent for B2A. We have created a tailored hub to help students and families navigate district processes to achieve their educational goals. The purpose and initiative of the project was to create a centralized access to these district systems for families. Think of it as a one-stop shop to simplify the navigation and again, kind of drive engagement. We do have an impact of over 100,000 families with potential access, and this will allow them to see their student data in real time. It gives visibility to these families to understand what is going on, because we all know students don't always come home and tell everything, so they do have that insight information. We'll go through the key features, but you will see that there are 7 key systems that are accessible within the Parent Portal. It is hosted by SIS, our vendor focus. We have implemented single sign-on where it is supported, and we will review next steps of what that looks like for the additional ones. And with the modernization of the landing page within the SIS Gateway. So as of right now, we launched the Parent Portal on July 29th of this year with 7 district systems. We have 1 SSO, which is the School Cash Online application. We have 1 pending, which is Register Your Ride. We are currently working on that, but as of right now, it has an embedded link. And the 5 other remaining ones will have the embedded links as well. Register Your Ride is currently in progress of the application build. We do have some blockers that we're working with the vendor. We'll get more into that in a little bit. Currently, that embedded link is enabled on the SIS portal under the Parent Portal applications. And additionally, we are working on the communication campaign that's in motion and on target with that team. The message that we're emphasizing is the benefits of SIS as a whole, reintroducing the platform as well as the enhancements. So we're using it kind of for a 2-for-1. As of right now, with the technical integrations, we have redesigned the landing page. The systems that are integrated are the School Cash Online, which is the SSO, Register Your Ride, which is currently pending SSO on the build that we're working on. We have Activate for the athletic department. The Extended Learning, which is LEO for any of the after-school programs, as well as the camp sign-up. Find My School. Here Comes the Bus, which is an application where you can track your student's bus, and the School Choice, My Choice app. Again, the SSO applications and embedded link strategy. We are working to get the Register Your Ride up and coming for that one. Seamless login experience is what we're trying to do for these families and the embedded links. We are trying to drive awareness by our campaign with communications of informing families of the new Parent Portal updates. We're trying to increase the SIS Gateway account creation and usage. By doing so, we are executing with multi-channel information. We have flyers and posters currently starting distribution this week to all of the schools. We have an email campaign that has been pushed out. It's been driven through our website, text messages to sign up. And we will be sending home again, all of the information to create an account because there is a password necessary for SIS. So while normally what is done is you get it once when your child starts school within the district, so normally kindergarten or whenever they transfer in, and you're not normally followed up with unless you reach out, but we're going to go ahead and push that through communications and get that information back into the hands of the individuals that might have missed it. The key messaging component that communications is pushing is a one-stop shop, having all of the student information at your fingertips. For the milestones of what we completed now and what we look forward to in the next couple of quarters is that it has gone live, the dashboard within SIS. Our communications campaign is underway. Again, we're multi-channel targeted outreach to families, focusing on benefits and the new features. We're working on Register Your Ride application with transportation. We're finalizing and validating the technical build, which will include the SSO for Parent Portal. And within that, once that's live, we will retire the classic Register Your Ride. So all families will be required to go through SIS in order to register your ride for your student. So that will also be an additional push that we'll work with communications on, and the benefit of getting more families into that portal. We are monitoring this with metrics. We do have success indicators, so we're pulling the accounts that have been created, as well as what matches up to one parent to one student ratio for our campaign of communications. As of earlier this month on the 8th, we have 90,171 accounts registered, and out of those, 40% of students have at least one parent account. So that could be a number where you have two or more individuals registered for one student, but we're working to make sure that we have at least one parent registered for the student. Are there any questions?
I don't see any. Thank you. Great job. All right. So that concludes the informational items. Now, our next meeting date is tentative. We'll confirm via email with everyone. It would be in January, according to our quarterly schedule. So unless there's no other further comments, we can adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thank you.